Well, good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone on this beautiful Friday. Well, if you're a meteorologist, it's beautiful, right? Because we have lots of rain in the forecast. But, our lawns have been so brown anyway. It's nice to get the rain. But, unfortunately, we've had so much rain in a short amount of time that it causes flooding conditions. It's almost like an overload. So earlier this morning, we were dealing with some pretty heavy rainfall and some thunderstorms. Nothing severe, but still pretty strong storms producing very heavy rain, lots of lightning strikes. Now we're looking at a lull in this situation, and then, in the next hour or so, we're watching some more storms offshore here in the Gulf of Mexico that will track onshore, and we'll have to watch that because at this time they're producing lots of lightning strikes in the open waters. And then by later on tonight, see this next cold front here? This is going to come in here, dry out the atmosphere, and bring us clearing conditions. And then for tomorrow, high pressure will settle in, bringing lots of sunshine for our Saturday. Okay, this is the water vapor imagery. Shows us where the mid to upper level moisture is in the atmosphere, and it shows up in green. Okay, but this is a very typical El Nino pattern because this is where the jet stream is. Jet stream is a river of air about 30,000 feet high. Very strong winds are out of the jet stream, and they also steer our weather patterns. Low pressures, high pressures, they all ride this highway of very strong winds, and it is set up on top of us here over the Sunshine State. All winter long we've been in this El Nino pattern, but we've had drier conditions and more of a northerly wind, so really not a lot of activity. Now, typical yesterday and today, we're seeing south winds that's transporting more heat, humidity, moisture, transporting that right into this jet stream, and we have the recipe for very wet weather, and that's what we saw yesterday, at least to the north of us, and now we're seeing the weather action here for the Sun Coast as we go through this Friday morning. So expect thunderstorms through Friday morning, and with the sun coming out now, it's heating the ground up, and it's causing a little more instability in the atmosphere, and that means some of these storms that are offshore, once they make their way onshore, they could be intense and possibly severe, so we'll be monitoring that pretty closely. So stay tuned to SNN Local News 6 for the latest with this weather situation. But by the afternoon, we're looking at a high of 71 degrees. The rain starts to taper off, and then we start to see the drying conditions in the atmosphere, and then the clouds will slowly start to break apart tonight. Another system up here to the north in the northern plains producing snow on the back side of it. That's where that cold air is. So it's a big, slow-moving system that we're dealing with. And by the way, this is all tracking up to the northeast. So if you have travel plans to go to, say, Boston or New York, maybe Washington, D.C., first of all, 3 weeks ago, they received all that snow, like 30 inches of snow. Now they're going to receive this rain. This warm rain is going to melt that snow that's on the ground, and with already heavy rain coming down, there's going to be lots of flooding up there. So there could be potential traveling disasters if you're going up in that direction. 71 for a high here in Sarasota. Our average is 77, so below that for today, but topping out around 76 in Northport, 75 in Port Charlotte, 74 in Punta Gorda. Most of this wet weather will be in the morning hours. Then we start to clear things out for this afternoon. As far as what to expect today, again, with the rain coming in by the end of the day, anywhere from 1 to 2 to possibly 3 inches of rainfall in some isolated areas. And with all this rain, that equals to ponding on the roadways and flooding. So motorists, just take it easy out there and just ease off the gas for the morning commute and throughout the morning and into early this afternoon. Also, that rain coming down really hard can be blinding at times. Our low drops to 58 for tonight. Expect the clouds to slowly clear away. And then we'll start to see the sunshine come out for tomorrow and for Sunday. So looking pretty good. And once again, don't forget to forward your clocks, to spring your clocks forward for the daylight savings time, which takes place on Saturday night and into Sunday morning. But we have lots of sunshine in our forecast till we get to next Wednesday when there's a better chance of rain to come back into the area. But temperatures holding steady in the lower 70s and upper 60s. Thanks for logging on to Herald-Tribune.com.